Well, let's start by putting the focus on Manappuram Finance. Delivered a strong set of second quarter numbers. Profits jumped 39% in the quarter gone by. Net interest income too coming up higher by about 19%. The counter has been seeing a fairly strong run, up about 24% if you look at the last month. We have VP Nandakumar, Managing Director and CEO, joining in to tell us more about the outlook going forward. Thanks very much, Mr. Nandakumar. Very good to have you on the show. You know, it looks like it's been a strong second quarter coming in for the company. Take us through what's worked for you this time around.
Compared to the last quarter, the profit after tax has gone up by 11%. Compared to the Q2 of last year, the AUM growth is around 25%. It is now over 17,000 crores. So the net worth also has gone up by 16% in 1 year. So the ROA is maintained at around 4.8% and ROE from 18.2 last year Q2, it has gone up to 21.8%. So the branch network also has gone up by over 100 more branches. Most of these branches are in the MFI business. So overall, you will find the results good.
All right, you know, if we break it up segmentally, Mr. Nandakumar, you've seen strong growth come in for the microfinance space. What is the outlook for the full year if we talk about contribution from microfinance to your top line, to your bottom line as well?
Yeah, top line growth, we expect around 1,000 crores growth in AUM. And this year's our profit expectation is around 120 crores for the whole of the year, over 120 crores. So that is for the microfinance business. We have expanded our market, our distribution across the country. Now we are present in 21 states of India, and we have increased the branch network by over 20%. Spreading across the country, one of the very big risks in the MFI industry, it's a geopolitical risk. This is getting reduced with the spread across the country.
All right, fair point then. Let's talk about your asset quality. What is the overall picture? How are things looking? You know, if you talk about trends on the ground, it looks like you managed to maintain it where it was, but going ahead from here, what's the strategy?
Yeah, our quality of assets is maintained as before. The gross NPA is 0.7%. Out of that, the gold loan NPA is purely technical, which will be realized during the preceding quarter. In other businesses, our microfinance business, the collections have come back to 99.5%. In commercial vehicle segment, the gross NPA is relatively lower than the market. It is around 2.5%. Home loans, it's a small portfolio of around 450 crores. The NPA level is slightly higher. It is around 4.5%, which is historical. Now the resolutions are happening. It is coming down. By the year end, we expect that to go down to around 2%.
All right. You know, the other big concern, of course, in the quarter gone by was the unfortunate floods in Kerala. What was the final impact of the floods on your company? And going ahead, when can we expect to see the region recovering?
Our portfolio exposure is around 6% only in Kerala. In Kerala, we were expecting some loss. But fortunately, there is now we don't expect any loss. The collections are coming, only it got slightly delayed, that's all. And now the collections are back to normal. Other than that delay, there is no problem.
All right. I also wanted an update, if you could tell us, you know, on your plan to acquire ISFC, or what stage, what regulatory approvals are required now?
No, ISFC acquisition, RBI approval yet to come. We are expecting that to be cleared in another 1 or 2 months' time. So the impact of that is not at all there.
All right, and you've also, infused equity in two of your subsidiaries. Take us through what the thinking is here, really. What's the rationale?
No, we see, first of all, we have a very high capital adequacy ratio, which is over 25%. Whereas our tier 1 regulatory cap is 12%. So we have a higher capital adequacy. So we thought around 5% can be invested in the subsidiaries, and whereas the subsidiaries need capital for their growth, so then we can invest in the subsidiary. We did not go to the market.
All right, then just a last question, overall take us through really what the expectation is for the second half of the year. FY19, what are the key growth drivers and what's the outlook that you're working with?
Yeah, the gold loan is expected to grow about 10% this year. The other businesses will have a higher growth rate. Vehicle finance may grow by around 60%. Microfinance may grow by 40%. The other businesses may grow by 70-75% because the size is small. So overall, we are expecting a growth of 20%.
All right, 20% growth is the expectation for the year. Thanks very much. We leave it at that. Appreciate your time. That's VP Nandakumar, MD and CEO at Manappuram Finance. Just to run you through the numbers again, it was definitely a strong quarter coming in. Gold loan segment revenue up 18.9%, coming in at 869 crores. And of course, like you heard the management say, they're expecting that to continue to perform for them. Microfinance actually did quite well, up 45%, and they did not see that kind of negative impact coming from Kerala, at least not as bad as what had been anticipated by the company. Net profit, of course, up 39%, and net interest income doing quite well, nearly 20% growth coming in on that front. They've also approved equity infusion into two of their subsidiaries. So that's Ashirvad Microfinance, and they have, of course, infused about 150 crores in that subsidiary. The expectation here is, of course, that the subsidiaries will continue to contribute and do quite well going ahead as well. So no issues as far as the numbers are concerned. Asset quality has remained completely flat, in fact, maintained at the same place if we look at it on a quarter-on-quarter basis. The less with the focus then on the macro